Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Alex Rusher 411. How's everybody doing on a Friday afternoon, guys? Hopefully, everybody is having a great day. Hopefully, everybody's safe. And hopefully, you're in the streets making a little bit of money so you can go back home and bring a full basket of cherries. Hey, hi, guys. Today, I want to talk to you guys regarding when you guys have a accident in your car with a passenger or a group of people, or when you get into an incident that has to do with something major. All right. So, do you guys know when you place that call or when you place that report, where does your report goes to, or who are you talking to in the other line, and where is this person at? And supposedly, what are they supposed to do regarding depending what case it is? Have you guys thought about that? Or do you guys have an idea where this place is, or where it has them at? Well, I'm bringing you this info on a Friday afternoon so you guys can have an idea and what you guys need to say when you guys make these reports, because it's very critical when you guys make these reports what you guys say to this investigator, because what everything depends on what you say to these investigators on the phone. So they will take an action depending of what you're saying on the report or what you're saying in the phone. So on the second video, so stay tuned from that. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna bring you some info. Where are these places located? And I'm gonna let you listen to a person that used to work in one of these places that takes care of all these reports from the incidents. Everything that happens in your car. It could be assaulting the driver, assaulting the passenger trying to do something to another person in the car. Everything, whatever you could think about. All the incidents that we've been hearing in the news. What do these places do when a driver or a passenger makes that emergency call? So I'm gonna let you listen what this lady has to say and what Uber does to cover their butts. Exactly what you just heard. What Uber does to cover their butts, so all these stories and all these reports don't go out from those places. They try to cover up as much as they can, so all these stories and all these reports don't go out from those buildings. Now, when this lady's talking about how they process these cases, how they process these reports, she's saying that the most casual ones that they have is sexual assaults. Okay, and that could be from the driver for the passenger to the driver, and so on and so on. But sexual assault, it's number one in the list. And she always talks about what they do to cover these reports up. Now, I want you to watch the whole video. It's only 5 minutes long. I want you to listen where these places are located. I want you to listen who are the people in charge of these places, and how do they judge your emergency call when you place the call, and how do they define for you to stay on the app, or how do they find you to get deactivated? Because this is something that nobody knows, right? You just make that call and you're talking to somebody and you don't know where they are. But everything will depend on you. Whatever comes out to your mouth, that investigator will depend if you stay online or not. Now, it's Friday afternoon. Take care of yourselves. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, please do so. Ring the little bell so you guys can know when I upload next. Besides that, take care of yourselves, take care of your family. Stay tuned for the next video. Lots of info in that video. Very interesting info. Watch it. It's only 5 minutes.
My name is Lily Flores. I was one of the trainers at Uber for about a year and a half. The office is located in downtown Phoenix, just a regular downtown building. So the Special Investigations Unit handles anything from minor accidents all the way up to major accidents. They also handle things such as physical assaults, sexual assaults, very serious issues that shouldn't be happening while using the Uber platform. Say something happens during your trip, you're able to report it through the Uber app. That'll go to a team that's able to mitigate and kind of say, this is something minor, we can handle this with just a, maybe a refund or something like a small reply, or if it's something more major, then it'll go to the team at the Special Investigations Unit team. They'll hand it off to different investigators, and then that person will then reach out to all parties involved, whether it be drivers, riders, third parties, any other a person who may have been involved in the incident, and they'll try to find out, the facts of the case. And then they'll make decisions regarding, if people can stay online using the app, if they need to be deactivated, so on and so forth, based off of those facts and decisions. I think a prerequisite to be an investigator is a very good idea, especially if the prerequisite is having some sort of background in law enforcement, whether that actually be working as a police officer or an investigator somewhere else, or even just going to school for it. Just because we do have a small window to get somebody from their first day to talking to people on the phone. People with investigative backgrounds are qualified to do this job, not just any person off the street. At this time, investigators do not report any of the incidents that happen on the Uber app to law enforcement. Uber has their own background check system that they follow. However, with background checks, it's not always accurate because it can take up to 3 months for an incident to happen on somebody's background check. Along with that, they do not report to any other companies, any other rideshare apps. No law enforcement is involved. The lack of communication between the rideshare apps really puts people in a very dangerous position. If they were reporting it, then that person doesn't have access to being in a vehicle with a stranger anymore. There's about 7 different what they call case types. So that would be, again, like the physical assault, robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, something like that. So of those 7, I would say the majority of the cases would be the sexual assaults. The worst possible outcome for a driver partner or a rider is to be deactivated from the Uber app. That will only happen under a few different circumstances. One, if this is maybe the second or third report of a similar incident happening to or from that person. Another one would be is if we have actual corroborative evidence with maybe videos or pictures or police reports, anything of that nature. And the third possible way for somebody to be deactivated is if they actually admit to the incident. I would tell a new rider that if anything does occur and they need to talk to an investigator with a Special Investigations Unit, to just know that person is doing their best job to help you in that moment. They're doing whatever they can with what they can. So what investigators are allowed to tell customers is very, very non-committal. So it's nothing like, oh, I'm sorry this happened to you, or I'm sorry about everything. It's more of, I'm sorry to hear about this, or what you're describing is very concerning. So it's very, it's just based off of them saying it rather than it actually happening. Therefore, the Uber can't or does not have to take responsibility for it. Investigators are there first to protect Uber and then next to protect the customer.